don't you look at me? I've tried to be as open as I can. Why don't you look at me? I'm tired of being the invisible man. The invisible man. Oh, the invisible man.
Well, hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Invisible Man Show. My name is Mark David Stallard, and we've got a treat for you today. We've got Jared Adams with us. Hi Jared, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, doing well. Ryan Jans can't be with us today, so some family commitments. I did give him a hard time because how is he putting family ahead of the show again? But no, that's what it is, I guess. So you probably all, this is like a second or third time you've been on the show, I think, Jared. So the audience should be familiar with you, but so Jared actually describes his style of music as heavy folk, a mixture of gentle acoustic guitars leading into soaring, reverb-laden choruses with the lyrical memoirs entombed in pop music shells. His eclectic mix of sweet poppy goodness and grandiose epic will subvert expectations. There you go. I'm sure that means something.
A lot of $5 words in there.
It sounds great. So just want to encourage everybody, if you haven't already, if you can like the stream, share, subscribe, follow us, whichever platform you're on. That would be much appreciated. If you want any more information about Jared's music, or for that matter my music, or It's All in the Mind's music, just check in the description. We've got lots of links there, particularly Bandcamp, I think, and where you can buy some of the songs if you would like. So on Facebook, look up, and on YouTube, look down at the description, and you will get that information there. We will also be doing looking out for your questions. If you have any questions for me or Jared, Jared first, being the guest, but and any comments on the songs would be much appreciated as well. So we did promise an hour of music. Do you think we can do that?
I think so.
I think we can. Okay. Because I didn't want to make you wait. Actually, one more thing. I just wanted to. I think Elna was expecting Ryan to play Practicing Pretentiousness and singing his song today. Obviously he can't do it, he's not here. We were planning on doing a video just to get that out as well, but there were some technical issues which I'm not going to go into because I wasn't involved, but Ryan is going to perform that song for you next week, so tune in as well next week. Right, Muttley actually says I bought the Tragic Nostalgia album and You're Not My Enemy the other week after your recommendation, Mark. Love and sausages. Thanks, Muttley. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. That's awesome. First order I shipped to the UK, so that's cool.
Excellent. Truly international. We're international now.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, let's get straight into the music then. I'll give you the screen there if you want to go ahead and introduce the song. And
Sure. So I'm going to do a song off my album Tragic Nostalgia. This one requires a bit of a drum machine, so I've got that going here. And we're going to have some little drum machine magic for you guys. This one's called Tides.
Excellent, thank you.
Thanks.
Put myself back on it. I'm too busy sorting out myself here to ended a smidge more sudden. Hi Elna, who's joined us, as well as Chris, Muttley, obviously we mentioned earlier, Shan Shalim, scrolling through. That's all the people that have posted in the comments anyway. So if you want to shout out, write us a note, I'll shout you out. If you've got any questions or comments, please please leave them. So I am going to move on to, and I'm going to do a song. Shaleem says, yeah, loved it. I just want to point out to everybody as well, go to Jared's YouTube channel. He's got a really good, fun video on this where I think there's 5 Jareds are playing all at the same time in 3D. Or 360 degrees.
Yeah, don't forget to use your mouse and scroll around on the screen and not just watch the
yes.
the intro screen.
Well, I think I told you when I first saw it, I thought this is odd. The framing's all odd on this one. Yeah, and then I watched it the second time, like, hang on a minute. Yeah.
It's pretty cool on your phone because you can just kind of move your phone around.
Yeah.
Sort of like look at different.
Well, I was
stuff.
doing it on the PC, so yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to. I'm going to steal the screen now and I'm going to play a tune. So, don't forget your mic's live, Jared, so you might want to mute your mic.
I will mute myself right now.
Here we go. Okay, so this is a song I wrote decades ago, actually, in England. I can't remember how old I was, probably late teens, early 20s. I revamped it a little bit in later years. And I think those of you who are listening to the lyrics will see that these are really quite, the lyrics are really quite immature. There's not something I would write now. They're a little bit all over the place, but it's a lot of fun. Anyway, the song is called I Hold On. I want this. My life was surrounded by never a thought to love. I'm sorry now. Can't say I knew the truth. I can only say the truth is you. What's gone before can never be, never again. I hold on to you. I hold on to you. I hold on to you, and I live again. Yeah, 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 yeah. My dream of greater things, my ambition to be king. Thinking of me and only me. Whoa, what can I say? Jump in the car, drive up the hill. I never knew the way that I guess I never will. But at least I'm on the road and I'm happy now. I hold on to you. I hold on to you. I hold on to you. And I live again. Yeah, 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 yeah. One time I had a dream, cut the film, change the scene. A perfect dream of a perfect life, one day at a time. Running from a wayward height, away from that terrifying sprite. Jump and skip into the air, oh, I'm flying now. Hold on to you. I hold on to you. I hold on to you. I live again. Yeah, 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 yeah. I hold on to you. I hold on to you. I hold on to you. And I live again. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thanks awfully. Thank you much.
Good. I know you said the lyrics are very immature, but honestly, I think they're good. It's one of those things where, like, you look at some of the biggest pop songs and the lyrics are like simple, basic. They're not like, not complex or crazy. They're just straightforward.
Yeah.
Get the message across, right?
Well, there's some
early Beatles song.
there are some interesting word pictures in there, but if you actually listen to it, there's the chorus doesn't really, the lyrics of the chorus in no way really fit with the lyrics of the verse. It's just suddenly I'm holding on to you and I've got all these other word images.
I didn't notice that,
It's always one of those things I'm conscious of because particularly as I get older, I would have approached that song a little bit differently lyrically anyway. But it's a lot of fun, obviously.
I wrote a bunch of songs earlier this year as part of like a songwriting club, and it was like you had like a week basically to write and record a song. And it's sort of like force you to like kind of let go of your inhibitions of lyrics and just sort of like write whatever. And I found I wrote some better lyrics that way, just by kind of writing the first thing that came to my head, and then tweaking them like a day later.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, it was one of the biggest thing that's improved my lyrics is actually learning to write short stories and fiction, and being involved in a critic group as well. Which is really learning how to edit yourself. So I'll often, the first verse and the chorus, I'll dump it down, but then I'll sit down and I'll put the guitar down, I'll sit down, and then I'll approach it as if it's prose, and I'll start to plan it out, have a beginning, middle, and end, and all that other stuff that I couldn't do had I not done, or I couldn't do as well as I think I can anyway, if I hadn't done the short stories.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. It's a good way of looking at it.
And we do have... question. I have a question for Jared. Bacon butty or sausage sarnie?
Yeah, I saw that one in the comments there. I don't know. It's a tough call. I think like bacon's super versatile. You can put it on a lot of things, but sausage is really good. I'm gonna go with bacon just because of the versatility. I know you can still put sausage on a lot of stuff too, but I think bacon you can put like on burgers, hot dogs by itself, in an omelet. There's so much versatility there. In a salad.
Well, actually, maybe you so butty and sarnie are just synonyms for sandwiches. So
I totally missed the point then, didn't I?
Yeah. So bacon sandwich or sausage sandwich have put it into the Canadian.
Well then. Maybe sausage in that case.
There we go. That would be my immediate preference. But I do like a crispy bacon butty, I must say. All right. So we have Eleanor says, wait a minute, where is Ryan? Doesn't he owe me a song? I'm here. Yes. I guess you were disconnected, Eleanor. I did announce that Ryan has got some family commitments today. He was going to send me a video so that he could play that song, but there were some technical issues. But he's rather than just play you an MP3 with a static image, I said, well, let's just do it while you're here, Ryan. It'll be just a little bit friendlier and all that. And so he's going to do it. He didn't forget, and he's been stressing about it all week. I'm just reading the comments here. Shaleem says, Mark can see James Blunt fans enjoying your music. Yes, actually, I've heard some of James Blunt's stuff, and I've actually seen that as a similarity as well. I kind of like his stuff. Well, I would if it's similar to mine. And Elmer says, very energetic song, Mark. Yeah, Mark, great job. Muttley says, I like the guitar on that one. So thanks everybody. All right, enough from me. Let's get back to our guest, Cade. So Jared, it's all yours.
All right. So I'm gonna do. I guess some people may know I also play in a band called Color by Numbers, and I'm gonna do a song now that I guess is sort of the first, was sort of the first official Color by Numbers song. We recorded an EP, I don't know, maybe a decade ago now, but it was kind of before the band was really a thing. But then when we kind of got the lineup we have now, this is the first song we took into the studio, and it's called The Great Gatsby. Lost for quite a while, spending in my own mind, thinking about how it used to be
when all I had to give was a smile. But there've been plenty of times I've thought, but God, I gotta change. Never gotten around to doing those things, always stayed the same. But you bring the best out in me, yeah. Well, it feels like days, it feels like years since I've been on the ride. Back and forth inside of my own head, nothing new to find. But every once in a little while, something comes my way, screaming at me that I am here to save the day. But you bring the best out in me. I'm the Great Gatsby, oh, my daisy green light across the bay. I'm going crazy, spending my money, trying to buy away. I'm the Great Gatsby, oh, my daisy green light across the bay. Hey, hey! Will lead me out of this darkened cave I've been hiding in. Save my soul, show me some love, I swear I'll let you swim. But I can't win, I always lose, these things never end my way. I guess I'll keep on, keeping on. Oh, I'm the Great Gatsby, oh, my daisy green light across the bay. I'm going crazy, spending my money, trying to buy away. I'm the Great Gatsby, oh, my daisy green light across the bay. I'm going crazy, spending my money, yeah. And I don't have a mansion, I don't know the stars. The parties I throw, they end up at bars. And it's never quite enough for me. It'll never be enough for you to see, yeah! I'm the Great Gatsby, oh, my daisy green light across the bay. I'm going crazy, spending my money, trying to buy away. I'm the Great Gatsby, oh, my daisy green light across the bay. I'm going crazy, spending my money, yeah. I'm the Great Gatsby, I'm the Great Gatsby. I'm the Great Gatsby, yeah.
Great, that's
A
great.
bit
Thanks.
of a trill me in there.
Here we are. Oh, I've got lost in my own computer. Here we go. There we are. Make sure everything's up. So we've got some comments. So Muttley asks, can we have a link for colour by numbers? And I'm not sure. Check the description. I don't think I did put it in there, but it might be a link.
I can throw it in the chat here.
Okay, sounds good.
I think that'll work.
Yeah, that should be fine. Eleanor says, like the intro of that song. She goes on to say, nice song. I can hear myself singing that in the shower. Catchy.
Oh, awesome.
Miley says, is now the wrong time to mention that I've never read The Great Gatsby? Tempted to read it now. I'm
it's
in need
like
of a good read as it goes.
89 pages. It's a quick read. I would say don't watch the movie, though, that new one, the Baz Luhrmann one. I got like 20 minutes into it and shut it off. I absolutely hated it. It was bad.
There we go.
If you're going to watch the movie, watch the Robert Redford one from the 70s. That's the good one.
Okay, there we go. There's a recommendation. And Saleem says, clap, clap, clap. The link there, Jared has put it in the chat already, colour by number Color by number or color by numbers?
Oh, no, it should be color by numbers.
Numbers, plural.
That's
Color
why
by
I didn't
numbers.ca.
hyperlink. I was wondering what went wrong there. Let's try that again. There, that one should work now. Maybe.
And for those who don't know,
I don't
Shalim, what's the tie-in to the Great Gatsby character
in that song?
Yeah.
I guess it's like a metaphor, I suppose. The idea is it's sort of, again, like you were mentioning a song you wrote when you were younger. This is kind of a song you wrote when I was younger and kind of dumber. And I guess the connections is sort of like trying to like woo someone over, but I'm not the Great Gatsby. I don't have all the money. I don't have all the fame, and I'm just kind of a guy.
Right. Nice. Okay, no more comments, so I am going to steal the screen again. Okay, I'm going to play a song that I wrote in fairly recent years. I don't really have a date on it. It says a love song. Make sure everything is where it needs to be. I think we're good. It's actually a song that I wrote for my wife. There are a couple of, at least very lyrically, there are a couple of Paul Simon tie-ins. If you're a Paul Simon connoisseur, you might say, oh, that phrase is lifted from Paul Simon, and the guitar work a little bit as well. Anyway, the song's called The Promise in Her Smile. Once upon a time, I was a man who wasn't sure what was meant by love. She took me by the hand and led me around and showed me exactly what it was. It's not just the way she looks at me, not just that sparkle in her eye, not just the way that she touches my hand. It's the promise in her smile, in her smile. And so it came to pass, I did not want to be with anybody else. Nothing mattered more than her. She fell for me as hard, I could see that myself. It's not just the way she looks at me, not just that sparkle in her eye, not just the way that she touches my hand. It's the promise in her smile, in her smile. When I come to doubt, she reminds me what it is to really be in love. Just one glance from her, it all come back how I felt right at the start. It's not just the way she looks at me, not just that sparkle in her eye, not just the way that she touches my hand. It's the promise in her smile, in her smile, in her smile, in her smile. Here we go. Thanks so much.
There you go. Sorry, it's still muted. Clap, clap, clap. Good job. I liked it.
Thank you. So Eleanor says very romantic. Thank you. And I think I lulled everybody else in the chat to sleep on that one. So thanks. Okay, actually, there's actually a point as well. While I was playing that, I'm remembering there's that bit that goes bump, bump, bump. Then I slide the. I'll play that actually. It was when I go right. That's actually. I always think of this as a Paul Simon inspired song, but that was actually.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to do something like that, but that's David Bowie Space Odyssey. That's kind of wanted to do something like that. So there's a lot in this song actually. So obviously your influences kind of take over.
Sure,
You get a little bit of everything.
It's one of those things you hear like a cool thing in a song. You're like, oh, I want to do that. Then you go to write your next song. It's like, oh, I'll put that little sort of bit in here.
Yeah, I wanted to do something similar. So yeah.
Yeah.
Shalim says Trey's romantic. I guess I shamed him into waking up. Chris, lady said Attaboy Mark, and Muttley says, just rated Colour by Numbers Bandcamp for all the music listening for later tonight. There you go.
Thanks.
Excellent. Actually, that one last, Eleanor says, it's a very beautiful romantic song indeed. Thank you so much. Okay. And I'm going to hand the reins back to Jared.
Cool. So I'm going to do a new song. This one, I wrote it, I guess, I don't know, a few weeks ago now as part of the songwriting club I was doing. And yeah, it's kind of one of those songs, like I was mentioning earlier, how the lyrics just sort of fell out of me as I was writing it. I didn't really know necessarily what I was writing about. But then I kind of tweaked it and got it into something that sort of makes sense. So this is a new one. This is called Natural Phenomenon.
Tomorrow never comes for a natural phenomenon. You're here and then you're gone. Don't know just where you're from. Beauty in your eyes, the love that you despise. Just where your words, truth she doesn't know. All alone in her headphones, she sings your every word, but doesn't know you're hurt. The beauty in your eyes, the love that you despise. It's why you're glorified and all those bastards lied. Take me to my church. I need to know my worth as I kneel before my gods, and the real or just a fraud. The beauty in your eyes, the love that you despise. Nobody has to die when the heart sees through the lies. Tomorrow never comes for a natural phenomenon. You're here and then you're gone. A natural phenomenon.
Excellent.
It's a bit of more of a downbeat one there, I guess.
That's okay. Oh, there we go. I'm catering my songs to follow on from yours, so mine's going to be a downbeat one as well.
That's fair.
Motley says, loving the guitar on this one. I'm getting a badass epic, like the film TRM. I'm not sure what that is. Western vibe for some reason. I can see it. You got the cowboy chords there, the strumming. I can see what
D minor with that little fifth or fourth thrown in there, or whatever.
Yeah, you got the only playing those open chords. Kind of gives that kind of vibe. Schlim says, natural phenomenon, darker sound. I'm quite intrigued. What's the inspiration behind the song?
So this one kind of, at first, again, like I didn't really know where it was going, and then I kind of tweaked the lyrics. And it's sort of about, kind of about Kurt Cobain, I guess. But it's sort of generally more about the idea of kind of holding on when you're struggling or in a hard place and not giving up.
There we go. And Eleanor says, great song.
Also, I just realized my reverb's still on. I'm in a cave here. There we go. It's probably better.
Actually, it sounded pretty good, from this end. I don't think I've got any reverb at all. This is all room sound. Okay, I am going to steal the focus. And as promised, I'm going to continue with the downbeats. It's actually a song I think I wrote it around at the same time as I wrote the first one. It's around that time. I did originally wrote this one, but I changed the lyrics slightly. I rewrote it, so the lyrics are just a little bit more, what I would consider a little bit more mature. Anyway, the song is really just about hopefully something. Just a guy has his loved one's gone away, and this is kind of just feeling down on himself, but at the same time feeling positive about the future. A little rain must fall. For a few days the sun was shining. Oh, hang on a second. My mics are not on properly. Here we go. Sorry. For a few days the sun was shining, preaching a kind of hope. But the sky clouded over and it rained. In the distance I hear thunder screaming out for peace. Its voice is never heard above the rain. Oh, it's true, little rain must fall, and thunderstorms before summer comes. Now the book that lies before me is open yet unread. I cannot think now in the rain. The tide is slowly turning, although it has not yet returned. It stops and looks round as summer comes. Oh, it's true, a little rain must fall, and thunderstorms before summer comes. In a flood of adoration, I gazed upon your face, but you turned into a memory, only a trace. And the cause of my ill feeling is that I tasted the summer sun, and as I reached out, the sun had gone. Oh, it's true, a little rain must fall, and thunderstorms before summer comes. Summer comes, summer comes, summer comes. Thank you much. Thank you. Okay, we
trying to figure out the time signature you're in there on the verse. Is it something weird, or is it just like a strange count in 4/4 that I couldn't figure out?
It's actually one of the easiest chord progressions, because it's A minor, That's A minor. There you go.
yeah.
So anybody can play half of the chord progression on it. There you go, right? I don't know. I just usually write the songs, and I'm always surprised when I get to record them when I'm trying to get the click track down. That often the verse and the chorus is at different speeds. And it always
Yeah.
And I get a little bit discouraged when that kind of thing happens. Like, this isn't working out, and I don't know why.
I had a song like that recently. I wrote like a guitar riff, and I was trying to record it, and I just couldn't figure out. It didn't seem like it was in 4/4, and I was trying to figure out in 7/8, and it wasn't working there either. And then it went back to 4/4. I was like, oh, it was in 4/4. I was just like counting it weird or something.
Yeah, there are some crazy things going on. Sometimes the simplest, the simplest solutions are usually the right one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just looking at the comments. Yes, I think I read that one. So, I'm not sure which song this was for, but Matty said I was thinking like Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi with a hint of some shit's going down, vibe from Hendrix, Watchtower.
Maybe he was talking about my song there.
I think that was probably yours because there's Hendrix.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, Watchtower, which I think is a Dylan song, and mine didn't sound anything like that. And definitely not like Hendrix's version either. So Shaleem says, appreciate the story behind the song. And Eleanor's being creative with emojis. And she says, I agree, I like the story and the song. Shaleem says, Mark, when it comes to writing lyrics, what's the most challenging part for you? I think right at the beginning is, maybe I can throw this at you as well, Adam. Jared, Adam. That's the guy who hosts the other show.
I've been getting that my entire life. It's all good.
Well, it doesn't help that I work closely with Adam Feasy as well, right? So
yeah.
So when it comes to writing lyrics, what's the most challenging part? I think it's just finding the topic and the theme of the song. Once I've got the topic and the theme and I know where I want to take it, then the lyrics come a lot easier. And that's kind of where I'm struggling at the moment. Is just I can come up with lots of tunes, just getting those lyrics, just getting the theme. What am I going to write the song about? Because they tend to all end up being silly love songs. Like Paul McCartney for a while there was a bit upset about only writing silly love songs. But so Jared, what's it for you? What's the most challenging part for you?
Yeah, it's probably similar sort of thing. Even just finding a theme and idea. Like if you don't have a theme and idea, it's hard to sort of figure out what sort of words to use and what kind of phrasing and whatnot. But then once I kind of have a theme and idea, it's still a bit of a challenge to try to figure out how to fit what I want to say into a line that makes sense musically. Sometimes it's like this line has to be like this message, but how do I get that down to 7 words?
Yes, that's right.
Or a certain amount of syllables.
Yeah,
so that's sometimes the hardest part.
There's a challenge that the easy way is you can get it to fit if you use Yoda grammar and you say everything.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You start cutting out little words here and there.
So avoid that if
phrasing
possible.
it backwards or starting with a
just so you get that rhyme. Okay, so Chris says a sign of the times is too many rhymes, pondering that, but falling flat, feeling like scum, feeling metal. Not sure I understand that sentence there, but pound that pebble, sorry, R-E. Next one, Johnny. Yeah, Chris, you and I need to go for coffee sometime, and you can explain what that means, because I'm not sure what that post is. Love you, Chris. Woo, he says. Marty says, that was a new favourite for me, Mark. I was thinking MASH at first. Oh, yes. I can
hear that, yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Suicide is painless. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll hold that because I think my stand just fell on the floor. Here we go. Shaleem was saying the same thing, thinking the same thing. Shaleem says, did you guys know Sting kept a book filled with lyrics, waiting for the right music to match up to? No, I didn't. I tend not to do that, just simply because I write the music first. I rarely go back to any lyrics. I guess each of the books.
I don't have like a book full of lyrics, but I have like on my phone, my notes app has a bunch of like phrases and interesting word combinations, and they'll sometimes pull from, but not necessarily like full lyrics or anything.
Yeah. I've got I have some topics, list of topics of things I might want to write about, but I seldom go back. I write the notes and seldom go back to them. And Eleanor says, "Can someone please write a song about me?" We'll give that some consideration. Now we'll see what we can come up with. No promises, so don't get disappointed if something doesn't come up. Right. Okay, so I think that's Jared's turn now. So let's get Jared back on. This is actually going really fast. It's 2:45 already. Would you believe it? Here we are.
Wow, look at that, eh? Yeah, time flies.
It's all yours.
Cool. So I'm gonna do a song off my album. It's the title track. I don't play it too often acoustically because the ending gets quite loud and shouty. But it's the title track, so I should probably play it more often than I do. So this is Tragic Nostalgia.
I've been having a hard time getting this off my chest. I don't know how to say I don't know you anymore. Feels like yesterday we were singing and having fun. Now we're growing old, our hearts melting in the sun. And I don't feel fine anymore. And I don't feel fine. Dreams and aspirations took a toaster in the bath. Feel I'm fighting for air when I know I'm just trying to laugh. Skin on my knuckles is growing whiter every day from holding so goddamn tight to all the things that slip away. And I don't feel fine anymore. And I don't feel fine. Remember when we were young and the world was in our hands? We could light up a room and have a line up out the door. Now I'm all alone and lamenting my last breath, like I never knew the power and beauty of my youth, still holding on to one last ounce of life, stuck in the past where my heart feels at home, with a burning desire and a tragic nostalgia.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Clap,
I
clap.
promise the next one be more upbeat.
Yes, I think I'm gonna. Well, I think for my next one, it's going to be definitely a lot more energy. But yeah, I'm not sure upbeat's really the right word. Well, we'll find out, I guess. So we got Chris Lady says mellow swelter ? Question mark.
I mean, I guess so. It's mellow and then swelters up.
Shalim says, Chris, you could be a lyricist. Maybe we'll steal those words and we won't credit you, because that's what we are. Elna says, I really like Jared's voice. I feel his music, the emotion behind it. Nice job.
Oh, thanks, Elna.
Muttley says, claps. Chris Lady says, so. He's trying to be funny. Subtlety, but he spells it subtle. Subtle. Yeah. Well done, Chris. And there we go. That's it. I think. Yep. Okay, I am going to play a. Let me make sure I've got my mic. Make sure my microphones are on this time before I start. There we are. We're good. Okay, so, and I'm going to play a song. So this is one of those. I've played this many times live. It's really an imagining just what would happen if the woman I love is no longer around. What would I do? Could I cope and all that stuff? The song's called "If You Should Go." Sit bolt upright, sweat upon my brow. I just dreamt it, you sleep beside me now. But what would I do if you should go away? Then I would look for you, seek high and low for you. I'd leave no rock unturned. Search all night long for you, hunt every day for you. There would be nothing of me if you should go. I can see that you will never leave, and I know it could never be. What would I do if you should go away? Then I would look for you, seek high and low for you. I'd leave no rock unturned. Search all night long for you, hunt every day for you. There would be nothing of me if you should go. What would I do if you should go away? Then I would look for you, seek high and low for you. I'd leave no rock unturned. Search all night long for you, hunt every day for you. There would be nothing of me if you should go. Thank you very much. Here we are. Turn that down. Okay, got some comments there. Okay, so Muttley says, well, I was in a cheery mood before tuning in. Thanks, guys. I'm enjoying chilling and listening to you both, he says. Shalim says, Mark, are there any artists who influence the writing style behind your more romantic songs? You know, I don't know if there's specifically. Usually it's the musical side of it. I know I'm pulling from one influence or another. Most of what I write is really from the heart, I guess. But I can't really answer that question, but I'm sure a lot of Paul Simon. There's a lot of little bit of Beatles in there as well.
I can definitely hear the Beatles influence for sure.
Yeah. But as far as the lyrics are, it's not really as conscious as the music is more consciously. I'm pulling from my influences. Jared, how about you want to give that question a shot?
What influence? What artists influenced my more romantic songs?
Your writing style behind your more romantic songs.
I don't know if I have more romantic songs. I don't really write romantic songs. It's not really my thing. I guess though, like I'm influenced a lot by like '90s alternative lyrics and sort of writing more metaphorical stuff. I don't really write very straightforward, or if it does sound straightforward, it's probably not actually a straightforward lyric. It sounds like it's like something being a very strong message. It's not actually that. It's something else probably. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of '90s stuff like Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam, Our Lady Peace, stuff like that. Sort of that kind of inspires my lyrics. Is more writing from the heart, but metaphorically, and not bearing your heart on your sleeve. I guess I'm right. I don't know. It's just the way, right?
That was a tough question. That's for sure. Although Elna is suggesting Aliens as the influence.
And that too, obviously.
Yes. Which is, I think, which is a callback to last week's show when I played my Ancient Aliens inspired love song.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
You know what? That show's kind of ridiculous, but I like it.
Yeah, it is. It's
fun to watch.
It is. I tend to find myself shouting at the screen, but I can't. I have to watch it. It's funny, actually. It's actually led me to do a bit more reading into some of those things they talk about as well. So I'm actually.
Yeah, like there is like some truth in what they're talking about, but it's mostly crazy.
But it's great. It is. It's
great TV.
I gotta love Giorgio's hair as well. That's amazing.
Oh yeah,
he's fantastic. Right?
I honestly wonder how much that guy like takes himself seriously, or if he knows he's like a bit of a joke and just like plays it up.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if he hams it up just a bit because he knows it's like sort of this like kind of ridiculous thing.
Yeah. Well, I think he was a reality show host. I think something like that.
Was he? Oh,
yeah, okay. He's not a scientist by any means, or even.
No, I wouldn't think so.
But, he's just a host. Yeah. So I think he's playing it for he's playing it for tongue in cheek. Anyway.
Yeah.
A couple of comments. Muttley says, "What is romance?" We'll leave that one hanging. And Chris Lady says, "Mystery of catastrophe." I don't know what that means either, but I'm going to write that down because that would sound good in a song.
It's pretty cool.
I'm going to go back over Chris's posts, comments today, because there are some nuggets in there, some lyrical nuggets. Okay, so I think we are pushing the 3 o'clock. One more song each.
Sure.
Okay, because we're going to run a little smidge longer, but should be too much longer anyway. Here we go. Oh, I was about to steal the focus, and over to you, Jared.
Cool. So I'm going to do this one. Is more of an upbeat song, I promise. And it has a little bit of a nod in it to a great band that broke up this year. So maybe you'll notice that section when we get to it. This is called When We Were Young.
When we were young, the world in our hands, a flame in our hearts, the future's unplanned. When we were young, ambition was fierce, a burning desire, and diving head first. And when you and I would meet in the end, bailing on something, a forgotten friend. And after all is said and done, we won't be the lonely ones. I feel it in you. I believe it's in you. In you. when we were young, at home in the night. The rock and roll music was our one true fight, and you were the whisper in the back of my head. And through all these years, never misled. And after all is said and done, we won't be the lonely ones. I feel it in you. I believe it's in you. In you. We come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun, I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun, I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun, we're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun, we're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get. And after all is said and done, we won't be the lonely ones. I feel it in you. I believe it's in you. I feel it in you. I believe it's in you. It was you.
Sorry, I was too busy playing along.
Right on. That's awesome.
I do have a question. What do you have standard tuning on your guitar?
This guitar, I'm down a half step right now.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that will explain why.
Yeah.
What I was playing wasn't what I was saying you do. Okay, right.
We were Color by Numbers had like a few Weezer shows a couple of years ago, so I kept my guitars in half step down tuning because that's what Weezer does. And of course, I was writing with the guitars in those tunings, so it's like, well, now I got to keep the song in this tuning.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
one of the things I find hardest is usually the key that I write the song in is the one I seem to have to, I just urge to, I have to play it in that key. But a few years back, Gavin George, who's been on the show, my writing partner in the UK, his wife once said to me, "Why do you do that? Why don't you just change the key and change it down? It'll sound a lot better." And it was like a bucket of cold water. It's like, yeah, why don't I do that? So I've actually gone back over a couple of songs after that and dropped them down just so I could sing them clearer without screaming.
I have a song I wrote where the chorus has like some really high parts to it, and it's like right on the edge of my range. And the thing is though, to like actually play it in the key that would be like a good key for my voice, that would like I could do the chord shapes right, I need to tune down like a step and a half in order to do the chord shapes, because it's already in a half step down tuning, so I need to go down even further to get it in a good key. So it's like I don't have a guitar that's like tuned down three steps or whatever.
Can you say buzzing?
Yeah.
Fretboard buzz would become an instrumental to itself then.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have some comments. Shaleem actually has a question. Both of you, how has your lyrics developed over the years? Is there a difference from your earliest songs and your new ones in terms of lyrics? Jared, you can go first.
Yeah, I guess I guess it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. Sort of when I was younger, I kind of wrote songs that were sort of more straightforward, I guess, and kind of, I don't want to use the word like using dumber words, but you know what I mean, like not using as many $5 words, whereas now I tend to write, I guess, like more poetically, more prosy, I suppose, and use a bit more like richer vocabulary.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the meaning and stuff behind the songs, a lot of the same meanings and a lot of the same sort of ideas are kind of still there.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you 100%. There was it's a little. It comes with maturity as well. You're thinking in I think a lot simpler terms, a little bit more black and white when you're younger.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you realize the world is more grey than anything.
Yeah.
and so even consciously making an effort to try and make the lyrics a little bit more poetic, because I get a lot of pleasure on a few of the songs I've written just reading them. Like, just as well as I would. There are a few that I don't ever want anyone to read because they should never be read. Only listened with the music. And I think that now, as far as the structure, as I mentioned earlier, the structure, I now spend a lot more time on the structure of the song, on that beginning, middle, and end. That I didn't do when I was younger, for sure. You had no idea what direction the song was going.
Yeah, that's the difference I have now is I commit more to doing what's good for the song and not necessarily what I want to have in the song.
Yeah.
Like if I've got like a cool riff, it's like this riff doesn't need to show up every 5 seconds. Like it can be at the intro, midway through, and then at the end or something. Like it doesn't need to be all the time, right? So I think that's definitely something I do differently. Not really lyric wise, but musically, just being more.
Sometimes it's good. That's kind of good though when you've got a writing partner or when someone can just point that out to you because it's not really obvious, right? They're your babies. I love that little fiddly bits, and I want to keep it in. I want to do as much as I can, and you just need someone to say no, just like that.
Exactly.
That comment about why don't I just sing the songs in a lower key? You know, like the obvious things that you should be obvious aren't, right? So Elna says we enjoy the show, so thanks, Elna. I love having you around there. When you can, I know you have internet issues from time to time. Muttley says the sound was a bit iffy. Was that, I think he's asking about the lyrics, was that a great band I broke up or a great band that's broke up?
A great band that's broke up, yeah.
There we go.
It was a Daft Punk reference. I think somebody mentioned Daft Punk in the comments there. That's what it was, yeah.
Shleem's asking, what did Mark do to get the show back on Facebook? We actually worked with Adam Feasy, who's actually using his credentials to do the live stream. There you go. Simple. I still can't live stream with my credentials. Where are we? I'm getting lost here. Shleem asks, will there be an Invisible Man show / Invisible Song Club golf tournament this year? Featuring no prizes, just good times and friends, old and new. Maybe. No prizes, and it'll just be everybody pays for themselves, maybe. I think off air, Jared and I were talking about the big show that I've been teasing over a little while. We have got something big. I think the biggest thing that I want anyway is to get that show going on a live venue somewhere. So when you can see Jared and I and Black Eyed Susie. Ryan will join us as well if he has got family commitments. There we go. So Elna says, I'm up all night to get lucky. Laughing emojis. Yeah, it's a man song. Crystal Lady says, cool. And scroll down, there's little chats between each other there. Actually, I'm not sure what these are comments to the song or which are chats between you guys, so apologies if I'm skipping some. And yes, I think I'm not really sure. The last one that doesn't make any sense is Chris Lady says free babysitting ? Maybe that's towards the golf tournament.
I think he's just throwing out like song titles now and trying to
I think he is.
Write a song on the spot.
Yeah, and because you've posted on the Invisible Man show page, they belong to the Invisible Man now. We claim all the copyright. Okay, I am going to close the music segment of the show with a song that is on the CD, the Invisible Man CD. There we go. And so those of you who do have the CD will be more than familiar with this one. It is a regular one we do live. And it's a song that was written, it's a few years ago, several years. It would have been right with this on the CD. It is actually a song, kind of lament. It's a fun song, but lamenting how the world is becoming less and less personal because of technology. And ironically, most of the song was actually written. I wrote most of my part of the lyrics on an iPhone, actually. Anyway, that's just as irony has it. The song's called Flesh and Blood. I got an iPhone in my pocket, it doesn't wait to talk it, you might mock it, but it's style. In a minute I could tweet you, but I doubt I'll ever meet you. More likely just delete me like a file. Why can't I tell you? Why can't I tell if you are real? I need to see you, baby. I want to fall in love. I need to feel you, baby, to be sure that you're flesh and blood. I want you to text me, take a pic and message me. We are spoiled for choice. We are always sidetracked by the ways we interact, but still I rarely hear your voice. Why can't I tell if? Why can't I tell if you are real? I need to see you, baby. I want to fall in love. I need to feel you, baby, to be sure that you're flesh and blood. I'm the one that's disconnected when the real is just rejected and the truth is so wild. Now I lack perspective when I am held captive by technology, addictive to a child. Why can't I tell him? Why can't I tell if you are real? I need to see you, baby. I want to fall in love. I need to feel you, baby, to be sure that you're flesh and blood. Oh, I need to see you, baby. I want to fall in love. I need to feel you, baby, to be sure that you're flesh and blood, flesh and blood, flesh and blood, oh flesh and blood, flesh and blood. Thank you very much.
That was a great
Put
one.
that down. I was seeing the chats moving around. Let's see what was being said. Oh, everybody thinks I'm wonderful. Who knew? No, okay, I'll read them properly now. So, I think I need to scroll down a bit. Oh. Who was that? There was a comment. I'm going to make this bigger. Someone, Muttley says, someone needs to do a song called I'm Afraid of a Talking Banana. Okay. Eleanor says they're guessing what you're getting lucky for. I'm not sure. I'm going to skip some of these if I don't know what they mean. Eleanor says that's a Mark song for sure. Chris replying to himself. Getting on Ryan on board and more women's concerns maybe. Okay, there must be a chat going on in the background there though. I'm not seeing because some of this doesn't make that much sense. Shaleem says, Flesh and Blood is my favourite of Mark's for sure. Listen to the lyrics, so contemporary. Thank you, Shaleem. The lyrics were written by me and Gavin George actually. This was all going back 2013, something like that, 2012.
Wow.
Written, like I said, written on
It's
phones.
interesting because it sounds more almost relevant now than
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
8 years ago.
Yeah, it was funny. I was talking about topics of songs. I came up with the melody and I recorded it, just rough recording, and I sent it to Gavin, who's in the UK, and then he came back and says, "Oh yeah, I want to write this about about what it is." And then I saw all the words. I'm like, wow, he just managed to cram so much into a line, but it seems to work. I wouldn't. Well, you can probably tell the stuff I've written by myself. There tends to be lots of space between the words. Gavin's songs often are just machine gunning.
Cram as much in.
Definitely adds to a different. Adds to a different texture to the song for sure. But it's a lot of fun to play. Now it's a lot of barre chords, but I'm kind of getting used to it. My cramping isn't going.
Oh yeah. I started playing bar chords like reaching around with my thumb over the top of the neck because it's a lot easier.
Depends what I'm playing.
Yeah, power chords. I hate playing like punk songs. You're playing power chords for 3 minutes, and it's like your thumb gets so sore holding it behind the neck the whole time. Oh my god.
That's when you play. Well, that's when you play in drop D. So you just play the two strings.
Yeah,
with
you
one
just
finger,
bar
right?
it all.
Yeah, just play the two strings. You know.
Yeah. That works.
Eleanor says, like the lyrics as well. Chris Clady says testosterone bluesy. He's trying really, really hard to come up with something really splash. But I do like that one, testosterone bluesy. I like that. Shalem says clap to clap, and Muttley says thanks for a lovely evening, guys. Love and sausages. So thank you very much. Great. That's, I think we've gone a little bit over. I told you 5 songs each would easily fill the hour, and we went over. But it's a lot of fun, and I think it's as much a catharsis that we can play for me as it is hopefully the audience to listen to. It's a lot of fun. We're definitely going to have you back again, Jared, and we can maybe do this more frequently. I'm definitely going to be doing these kinds of shows with other guests as well, but I'd love to get you back on again. And we can maybe even set something regular going forward. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, thanks again for having me. It was great.
Yeah, it's been great, and thank you for jumping on. This was actually it wasn't really last minute, but we did have someone drop out, and I immediately thought of you. So I'm glad you said yes right away.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's great. Shalem says, what a great show. Would love to see Jared return. Well, he's obviously I just heard the conversation we just had. Thanks for a great show, says Elna. I really enjoyed it first time I heard Jared, and he's got a fan now in South Africa.
Awesome. Thanks, Elna. I appreciate it.
Chris says 2's reviews. He's really going for it here. Okay, Chris. So seriously, we've been talking about getting together for coffee. So give me a bell on Facebook or something, or we'll figure something out. You had some ideas for a music video for one of the new songs that we wrote as well. I want to get your ideas on that too. Anyhow, I probably could message him privately and said that. So, okay, I think we are good for the show. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in for a very active chat. Thank you, Jared, for just being part of the show. It's really always easy when you're on. It's just a lot of fun. Love the music, and I think I've said right from the beginning, your music and my music really seem to complement each other, so that's nice.
I totally agree, yeah.
So that's great. Anyhow, so we'll thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back again next Saturday. I can't remember who's on next Saturday, but someone great. You should be Ryan, of course, will be on, all going well, and he'll play that song for you, Elna. So come on back. Okay, I rambled on enough. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks again, Jared, and we'll catch you all next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Oh, the invisible